not really straight. That's all right.
Oh, my hair got long.
It did get long. Hey, Christy. Chat up.
Melinda.
Melinda.
Upside down, Melinda.
Get everyone jumping on right on time, even.
Amazing.
You don't have to shush. I can't hear anything. We're going to give people just a minute or two to jump on because it is right at 7 o'clock. Hi. Uh-oh, Crystal's looking fierce tonight. She's got that look.
She's outside.
Good job, everyone, being on time. Very, very much appreciated. Once again, just like always, we're not going to go super long tonight. I know we went a little longer with Aaron here last week, and he had so many good nuggets, and we could have let him talk for an hour by himself, and I'm sure he would have been okay with that. So I don't like that much. I don't like to talk quite that much. I will talk, and then I will hand it over to Crystal because she has some stuff to go over tonight as well, right? So Kim had her first good workout with me today.
I had one yesterday.
But today was a good one. And you're sore.
I am sore. Well, I took a month off from weightlifting, so month off from the gym, just doing stuff with the
Jace, you are not happy, buddy.
Aww.
What's going on?
You want to see a fluffy puppy?
No.
No, I don't want to see the fluffy puppy either. He's like, no, please don't talk to me.
Roger. What is that? All right, very good. We're going to get things rolling. It is 7:02 my time here, which is most of your time, except for, where's Laura? Laura, it's 5, I think, on Laura's time. But anyway, I have a few things to go over tonight. I just wanted to let you guys know on a real quick, a little story, something that happened today. Once again, those of you that have your cars lettered, it's going to pay off. I'm telling you, it's going to pay off. I threw all the trash. I collect the trash in my garage, like boxes and non like garbage trash, things that don't like really smell. So I piled it all in my car. I took it over to the trash compactor, and no sooner did I pull in, a guy comes walking over to me, and he's like, "What is all this all over the side of your car?" Instantly, I got an opening with him. And I started telling him about Thrive. Oh, it's my vitamins. And he's like, oh, I want to try that stuff. Sure enough, hands me his email, his cell number, and he's like ready to go. And that's how easy this is. And I absolutely love that because I didn't do anything. I brought my trash out. That's all it took. And he walked over to me. So you guys that have your cars lettered up, it's going to happen. It's going to be a process. It's taken me well over a year before anyone actually started walking up and asking, but they see the car every day. Those of you that work someplace where your car is out in the open, or even if it's parked at your house and they see that car every day, they're going to ask. So that was the first thing I wanted to go over with you guys. Second of all, I don't know if any of you, by show of hands, did anyone get to watch Aaron's live from yesterday with Allison Cox? Rick watched it. I think Christy, Heidi, good. So as you guys that watched it, you saw Allison and Aaron are doing some new stuff with the live videos. And I think it's super, super important that we try and utilize technology, because here's what's happening. I know the funnel worked for me for a long time. The funnel is not working for some of you, or you're not working the funnel. I can't tell which. I'm not pointing any fingers. However, I'm not getting any phone calls. I'm not getting any connection chats. I'm not getting a whole lot of new promoters. So something's happening. I will tell you, I'm gonna use this forum to shout someone out. Crystal Sorois, I cannot beat you in PPA, and it's aggravating me. Every time I go, ha, I got her, I look and I'm like, damn it, she's beating me again. So good job, very good job. I think you're at 11 right now. Yes, I want to see you at 20 by the end of the month. You can do this. I know you can. 20 is my goal, so if you go for 20, I have to go for at least 21, right? So I love that. I love that. Little challenge. Anyone else wants to jump in, jump right in. There's nothing special we're doing. We're just doing the everyday reach outs. You do your power hour, and I found when you kind of give yourself that time, things happen. So schedule an hour a day if you can, whether it's a half an hour in the morning and half an hour at night, whatever it is. Get up a little earlier, stay up a little later. It's a half an hour. It's not going to ruin your day. In fact, it will make your day if those times that you're getting up earlier, staying up later, become productive. So that's a huge thing. A lot of you saw the live video I did today. I did my first Instagram live today also on how to take the product and what I recommend. I will tell all of you that if you have not done one, you should schedule it by yourself and do a live video of here's how to take Thrive. Here's what I recommend you buy, because I don't know what it is. I got 4 or 5 messages. Well, I didn't know I should have bought the tone pack. I'm like, I told you 3 times. Well, I didn't hear you tell me. Okay, whatever. You watched the video and it made sense. I don't know how that happens, but it happens. They watched the video. They figured out in their head, oh, I should be doing this every day and not skipping on the weekends. Yeah. I also found out several of my customers, despite me telling them 15, 20 times and numerous live videos and instructions and everything I can throw at them, they skip everything on the weekends. No capsules, no shake, no DFT. They're like, oh, my weekends are horrible. I start over again every Monday and I feel great. I'm like, why are you quitting on the weekends? Well, I only have enough shakes, so I don't do anything. I don't get it. You can tell them till you're blue in the face, they're just not gonna listen. So maybe a live video will help. Maybe you'll get someone that didn't understand it before and they instantly click. So get uncomfortable and then get comfortable with those live videos, because they really, really help out. I haven't gotten very many connection chats. We talked about it last week. We said it was a great idea. I know people are talking to customers or potential customers, but they're not happening. I had 1 connection chat that turned into a phone call because they wanted information, and the customer signed up on Sunday with Jimmy. Jimmy's our new promoter here in Delray Beach. And we were actually in Naples at the time, and he's like, I need you to do this for me. So I did it in the car, and she got her information and signed up and bought a pack. So they work, guys. It's a lot easier. These are medical professionals. They didn't have a lot of time. They balked every time he brought up phone call, phone call, phone call. They were like, oh, I don't have time for that. I'll get back to you. I'll check in later. However, he just dumped him in a chat and said, this is my friend Scott. I know you had questions. He'll answer it for you. I said nothing. I didn't even read it for a day, just to let them know I'm busy too. and it's okay to be busy as long as you actually are busy. I went back in, I said, sorry for the delay. How can I answer any questions? And boom, they had them all ready to fire at me, which was awesome. So when that happened, the wife said, you know what, we should probably just jump on the phone because I need some more information. That came from her. We didn't have to tell her to get a phone call. So that's where these connection chats are really helping out. Just because people feel maybe they're too busy for a phone call, but in between whatever they're doing, they'll just answer a quick chat. So that really helps out. And last but not least, I am calling on all of the 12K leaders. As I discussed in our chat, I need help. I know Crystal is on board with doing these with me. I'd like Christy and Rick and Jamie and anyone else that's a 12K. Obviously, Kim's going to do them. 12K up. We're going to do the live event just like Aaron and Allison did. And we're going to start doing them at least once a week. What do you guys think about that? All of you can invite your teams, your potential customers, share it on your timeline, get as many people as you can. We are not going to be promoting ourselves on these chats. This is for you and your customers and possibly our customers. We are going to tell them, get with the people that brought you here, get with whoever's, you saw this on someone's Facebook page, get with them and support your friends. That's what we're going to be telling people from now on. So you don't have to worry about, you know, myself or Kim or Crystal or Rick or whoever stealing a customer from you. That's not what we're here for. We are here to help build you guys up. Again, by show of hands, who wants to be 12K? How many of you want that car bonus? How many of you absolutely need that car bonus? What are you doing to get it? Ask yourself that question. Are you doing everything possible that you can to get that free $800 a month? Are you getting up a half an hour early? Are you staying up a half an hour later? Is there a call that should be taken and you go, you know what, I'm going to do this instead, I'll put it off. You can't do that, especially in the beginning. Not that you are. I'm not, obviously not singling anyone out. I'm just saying, talk to yourself and ask yourself those questions. Am I doing the same thing on Facebook every single day, hoping someone's just going to contact me and be my next promoter? Are you doing your reach outs? Are you doing your follow-ups? Follow-ups are key. I suck at follow-ups. If I don't write them down, if I don't put them in my calendar, I don't do them because I forget. And I say, oh, remember that guy that I had that sample out with? And she remembers and I don't. And that's my shortcoming. So I realized I had to start writing them down. Keep a notepad like this by your desk. Write stuff down and then just flip through the notes. Laura, do you have a question? Oh, okay. I didn't want to forget you, that's all. So that's all I have. I know you guys want this and I want to help you, but I need you to kind of, for lack of a better word, just kind of step it up a little bit. Look inside yourself, push yourself just a little bit more and say, am I really doing everything or am I making excuses? I know a ton of people today, not everyone here. So again, not calling you out, but if this is you, kind of look in the mirror and that's it. But people told me they didn't have time today. Oh, it's a snow day, I don't have time, my kids are home. What? Your kids are home, so the world ends? Is that how this works? Come on. This is a work from home business. You can take 5 or 10 minutes here and there and squeeze it in. If you can't, you really need to reschedule something, or at least schedule something. Because if you're that scattered that you can't take 5 minutes for yourself to kind of build your business, and this is something you really want, man, what's going on? Let's figure it out. Let's schedule. Let's help you fix that so you don't have that issue. I see it quite a bit on this team. People say, well, I got the kids and I can't do this and I can't do that and I can't. Look, Jace is sitting here watching with us. He doesn't look happy, but he's watching. I hear from Wendy, who homeschools 5 children under the age of 10 and yet made herself a millionaire with Le-Vel. So, you know, if she can do it, I'm pretty sure she'll talk to you and say, here's how I did it. Maybe this will help you. Don't feel like you can't reach out to Wendy. She's very, very approachable. She's a sweetheart. I'll tell you, there was a long time I didn't even talk to Wendy. And that was my fault and my shortcoming. Because as soon as I started talking to her, I was like, man, I missed out on like a year and a half of someone that would have helped me every step. And I didn't reach out to her, so she didn't reach back. That's all there is to it. She tried a few times and I was not receptive. And that's my problem. Don't make the mistake I made. I'm telling you, these people will help you. Elise, she has to say her name, Elise. Yeah. She will help you every time you ask her. And if she doesn't, maybe she didn't see it. She won't purposely not answer you. If you reached out to her and she didn't get back to you, ask me and I'll text her or something and be like, hey, did you see this? Because sometimes she doesn't. I know one time I asked her and she had like 74 messages that she didn't get to. It was a little crazy. And she's like, oh, where is it? And she was looking through. So she got just backed up. That's all it was. Let's see. What else did I have to go over? I don't know if any of you guys saw my good friend Billy Holderby, who is one of my first Big Thriver friends that I ever made in this business in Dallas. The first time I ever went to Dallas, I met him actually coming out of the bathroom. And he shook my hand, and he remembered me every single time I saw him from there. We went to New York. He spotted me across the street, and he waves, and he came over and gave me a hug. And I just really love Billy. He's a super inspirational guy, and he just hit the $1 million level and got his $1 million award. So I was super, super proud of him. And I got Billy and Cheyenne, and we've got crazy leaders on this team, guys. Billy, we've got Cheyenne, we've got Wendy, we've got Elise, we've got Sheila. These are all super, super successful millionaire people. We've got Aaron, we've got Casey. Casey Carter will help us anytime we ask. He is awesome. Like, I can't tell you guys, we have more help than any other team in this entire country. There's no reason why we should stutter 1 second. What do you think? We good? Everyone good? This is an upbeat thing. This is not a downer. So be smiley, be happy.
You know, and I just want to add one thing too. So you know how Scott was saying that sometimes, you know, we make excuses why we don't get things done. And I'm going to tell you, I do it. You know, we all have those days. But you got to pick yourself back up the next day and go forward. And what you didn't get done, you know, the previous day, add it to the list the next day and just do it, because I promise you, when you do that, you're gonna be successful. So don't think that you failed because you didn't get it done. Just pick yourself up and try harder the next time. That's all you can do.
You'll have that sense of accomplishment if you get that done first the next day.
Yeah.
And it's like that speech from the Colonel, I forgot his name, about making your bed. You accomplish that one little thing, and that starts the day rolling. You know, if you miss something one day and you start it the next day and you accomplish that, you're going to feel that sense of accomplishment, and you're going to like, oh, well, I can do something else now, and I can do something else, and you just roll through the list.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's all I wanted to add.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions, comments, anything they want to talk about before I bring Mrs. Soroyce on?
This PPA crusher.
Come on, Crystal.
No pressure, no pressure. This is an exciting time for me right now, because all of the seeds that I have been planting since my jump back in November, when I quit my full-time job and decided that I was going to do this 100%, I really upped my game, and all of those seeds are starting to come around. And I see people who, again, never liked a single thing, never commented, ignored me every time I asked for the email address. Now they're sending me messages and saying, you know what, I'm ready. I want to learn more about this, because they see you being consistent with your message. So we're talking about changing it up if it's not working. Guys, we can all be honest and say what we have been doing is not working right now. Whether we got very comfortable in our groove and we lost the passion, like if you're saying the same thing every single time somebody asks you about your Thrive, your patch or whatever, and you're saying, oh my God, it's a vitamin and it makes you feel amazing, like get out of that. Just stop doing it and change it up. Right down to your mindset. If you're getting up in the morning and you're doing a routine that's not working because by the end of the day you want to kill people, change it up. It's not working for you. So that's where I'm at. I'm looking to shake things up a little bit, do things differently. I watched Elise's live the other night and I thought it was incredibly genius way to get everybody on the same page with their verbiage, because I feel like that's probably where we all struggle the most. You get nervous, you stumble, or you get in that group where you're just repeating something and you sound like a bot, right? So we have to remember to keep our passion there. So the language that you're using, and not just when you're talking to your customers and your team, but when you're talking to yourself, right? So the conversation you have in your head every single day, it matters. It absolutely matters, because when you start to make an effort to be more positive about everything in your life, not just your business, but your family and your chores and your bills, and, you know, just look for that positivity, that mindset is going to make you want to work harder on your business, because you're going to know that you can do it. You're going to have convinced yourself, because if you tell yourself that many times, I can do this, I'm not giving it 100%, have that honest conversation, then you push yourself further than you even imagined you could go. So I encourage you all to do that as well. I found some crazy momentum from my journaling and my positivity in the morning and my devotion and my meditation, really getting my mindset right. So I really think you guys should all do that. The one thing I wanted to take from Elise's live that I thought was great was the way we start our new promoters. We all get super excited when we get someone on our team that wants to join us on this journey, but she said something that really made sense, and it's a confused mind always says no. So if you're super excited and you're giving this person who, like me or like Scott, never in their life did this before, and you're giving them 3 pages of notes from your new promoter training that goes over every single thing you learned as a promoter in 30 minutes, they're not retaining that, and they're going to get nervous and go, oh my God, this is a lot. So I really like the idea of starting your new promoters very slowly. Just tell them to go and make their lists, their 3 lists, and we'll talk tomorrow, because you should be in contact with your new promoters every single step of their VIP period. You should be doing whatever you can to help them hit that bonus, because that's going to ensure that they stay with you. So get your list together. We'll talk tomorrow. Then when you have a time to jump on the phone tomorrow, you're going to walk them through their cloud office. You're going to show them where everything is, bring them to the tracker in the vault. I love the tracker. Scott has his notebook. I love my tracker. Every time I add a name to that list and I have 10 minutes that I can work my business, I can look at that list and go, oh, you know what? I never sent Jill the 24-hour recording. I'm going to do that right now, and I can check it off the list. So it makes your time more productive when you're super organized, and the time that you're spending is not going, who should I send a message to right now? Who haven't I heard from in a few days? You know, just make sure that all of your time is being used productively. So I really like that. Walk them through the vault, show them where all of those tools are, where they can find them. She said another thing that I thought was really great, and I know it seems far-fetched when you see stories of people creating financial freedom with this company. So you want to recognize that, you know, I get it, this doesn't happen, but it does, and it is with this company. So understand that not everyone's going to be like, oh, I can be a millionaire. Okay, I'm going to work my butt off with you. It takes time to get here. We've all been there. I can tell you right now, I'm blessed to have friends that have a beautiful home on the water. I'm sitting by a gorgeous pool. There's a yacht over here. I took time away from this amazing situation that I'm in to work my business. This is important to me. You have to make sure that you're making that important, but they're not going to see that. They're going to go, well, I'm at my friend's house. I can't work my business right now because I have other arrangements. They're not going to be where you are right away. So walk them through it and show them, you know, that this is possible for them. Let's see. Oh, using the terms Thrive Experience, VIP period, that's all foreign language to them. They don't know what any of that means. So keep it more simple. Vitamin supplement and you know, the cash bonus, make sure that it's something that they can duplicate and talk about to somebody else and be comfortable talking about it. Like, it's a vitamin, and you know, you have an opportunity to earn some cash. I don't know all the details, but my friend does. So make sure that you're making that easy, that transition easy for them. And then the connection chats, I really like them. I've gotten a few. They haven't panned out yet, but Scott, I love your idea. Now I'm going to go back and just touch base again and say, hey, sorry, you know, didn't hear back from you. Did you get a chance to check it out, or whatever? So just another follow-up on the checklist. So what else? Oh, do not say day one thriver. I've been doing this for 18 months because it was part of my story. I am a day one thriver, and I'm so passionate about that. It's going to be hard for me, but I have to minus that, because you're giving someone an expectation that they most likely are not going to have. It's pretty rare. I don't know what, you know, the statistics are, but I can say that it's probably not as much as we think. So try not to use the words day one thriver, and give somebody this great expectation of a mini experience.
Crystal,
yeah.
now that you bring that up, someone tagged me in my 2-year Thriveversary, and my story, my original story that was shared on Le-Vel's timeline said, I was a day one thriver. And then they're like, well, how come you don't say that anymore? And I'm like, because I didn't know. You know, that's how I use that excuse, because at the time I felt something on day one. Of course I did. But I wasn't thriving. You guys all know it takes time for your body to acclimate, for you to hit that thriving level. But I just kept telling everyone, just like Crystal said, well, that was part of my story. I was a day one thriver. And I told the same story over and over and over, and it stopped having any impact, which is why when you guys all hear my story, it's different every single time. I will no longer ever rehearse it. I will leave things out accidentally or on purpose. I wing it. And the reason I wing it is because it's way more passionate to me that way. You've all seen me at a local tell my story. And I know you've seen me tell it differently every time, especially the last one I did at your local, Crystal in Natick, was probably one of the most moving ones I've ever done, because it literally kind of broke me down. I told everyone about Kim and I being basically homeless, and I never told anyone that before. And Dana came up to me after, and she's like, why didn't you ever said that? And I'm like, because I never felt like I could tell anyone that. That's an embarrassing time for me. It was a horrible time. But people need to know that now, to know you can go from rock bottom and then we're virtually bill free because of this company, because I believed in this company, and my health is 1,000 times better than it's been in 20 years. Like, how is there a negative in this company? And that's one thing that you guys, that your why has to tell your story every time, not what you wrote on paper, not something you memorized in your head. Keep your why in your head when you tell your story, and it will flow. And if you stutter and you stumble and you think you sound ridiculous, who cares? That's from here. That's why it's way more important. When you read it off and you just blah, 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 and there's my story, everyone's going to go, yay, good job, next, right? But if you get some poor person up there that's stuttering on all their words, and then they kind of break down a little bit because something really touched them, that story you're going to pay attention to. Do you think you ever care if they stuttered? Of course not. It doesn't matter. That story's got to come from your heart. Sorry, Crystal, go ahead.
That's really it, guys. And that's what you need to change up. So try to get out of your lane that you're so comfortable in, because you finally marked it out, right? You got this? Nope, time to switch it up. Just like when we walked in that room at that retreat, Scott, and she said, see where you're sitting right now? Get up and move and go sit next to somebody you don't know. The moment we walked in that room, she threw us off our guard, because that's when you're going to do your best work. And when you're put on the spot and you're like, oh crap, what do I say? Just tell the truth. you're all still here for a reason, because this product has made a difference in your life somehow. It's made you feel better than you have before, or maybe it's done bigger things for you like it has for me. I can speak very passionately about this product without reading from a script. You know, if I'm going to tell my story, that's a little bit more, you know, something I have thought out, but I could talk to people for hours about this product. And that's where your passion is going to show through, and that's what's going to make people want to come on this journey with you. So get excited, shake it up. Spring's coming. You can all undig soon. Sorry, as we come to you from the land of palm trees. We really feel bad, we do. But we love you guys, and we are looking forward to having you all come down and visit us at our retreat this year. And you have to work your butt off to get here. That's how we got here. So. And
all the more reason to earn that retreat, because if we do it when snow season's around, and you know, maybe escape the blizzard.
I like that you got so many smiling faces happening there. I even saw Rick smile. All right, guys, that's all we have tonight. Go enjoy your families. Be warm, be safe. And thank you guys all for Zooming in tonight. We will see you online. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Jace.
Bye.